Hello everyone, how's it going? I am back with a message you need to hear right now. Let's hop right into the reading and find out what is it that your angels really want to tell you. Now from the jump today, I was hearing a very specific message that lately you got many people speechless. You may have noticed that some people from your past are just not hitting you up, or even people you know may not be communicating with you as much. I feel like you recently went through a shift, whether or not you know it. Maybe you do feel different, or maybe it was just gradual, that lately people don't even know how to approach you. I'm definitely sensing that you definitely made a stand in one way or another in your life, that you weren't going to put up with the usual BS, or there has been just some sort of involvement in your life where you're just no longer putting up with something, or I just feel like energetically you just got really different. I'm definitely hearing that people are speechless right now. They want to talk to you, they want to be around you, they want to ask you what's up, they want to ask you what's good, but at the same time they don't even know what to say to you. And I'm also hearing and taking it a step further that there are people from your past that still want to connect with you, and I'm definitely hearing romantically and friendship, but you're just not putting up with drama anymore. So what's going on with these individuals that they're not really realizing is that they actually need to go through transformations within themselves, because your energy is now unrelatable to them. You won't engage in drama, you won't engage in gossip. And I'm definitely feeling as well for those that have been involved in a situation with somebody that may have put you in a third party, or just revolved you around people and situations you didn't want to be around. They now realize that they either have to clean up their life or not come back at all. And again, this could be something they have acknowledged intuitively, intellectually, or just energetically. So let's get into it and see what the cards want you guys to know. We're getting to the point that I don't even really need the cards, but I definitely do love to use them as visuals. But let's see what else is going on here. I'm sensing so many different energies. You definitely could be dreaming about or feeling a lot of different people in your energy field right now, yet it's quiet. Some of you definitely have new people coming in, or new people that are around you, but it doesn't mean the people from your past are not thinking about you. And it could be people that you don't even realize are still completely stuck on you. It could even be people that are somehow related to other people that you know, that you could be dreaming about, like, why are these people thinking about me? But your energy is so powerful. Like, I'm getting an example, like say you have a brother or sister and they get out of a toxic relationship, right? That person that they got a relationship with doesn't want to come back into that person's life because they know you're going to be there telling them that this person isn't it. Like, you guys maybe have the tendency to just put people in their place, or just be this really strong pillar in people's lives. So they know coming back to that individual that they may have done wrong or dirty, that you're close to, that you're going to have something to say about it. So a lot of people actually fear you for the reason why they don't come back into other people's lives. Like, I definitely sense that some of you guys, I'm not going to say you're controlling, but maybe overprotective. Some of you guys are parents as well. Like, you actually do scare away people and the people that you love's lives that aren't good for them. So if some of you guys have someone around you that recently had somebody not come back, it could be because your energy also sent a signal like, don't mess with me, don't mess with my family. Because I definitely sense that because you guys have this energy that kind of pushes away energy of negative, toxic people, sometimes people will build resentment towards you, especially if you are that strong person in people's lives that was present when they decided to walk away from somebody. So again, you guys could be feeling a lot of energy even through other people. I'm actually sensing like maybe a friend's ex, or someone you were close to, or a parent, or a friend's ex is actually pretty mad at you because you seem to be the reason why this person finally walked away from the relationship. Yes, of course, like, this person probably needed to do that and knew that as well, but you guys are that person that you're not controlling, right? But you are there for the people that really need you, and you have no problem telling off people that are messing with people that you love. So again, you got people speechless because at the end of the day, they can't fight you. There's nothing that they can say to you because you guys are calling people out left and right. Let's see what else is going on here, but what I'm really hearing is you got a lot of people speechless, to the point where they don't even want to mention your name or talk about you as much anymore because it's triggering. You have that ability to really call people out for whatever it is that they have wrong with them. And again, like, I'm gonna have to purchase a new light. For whatever reason, my lights keep going out. So I definitely think it's a sign that, well, I need to buy new lights. But also, you know, people really try to put your light out. They try to put the light out people you love and care about. But your energy is so strong that no matter what, you shine on your own. You don't really need anybody to put a spotlight on you to have a spotlight on you. You could be even being more low key right now, but your energy is strong and it speaks volumes. It's to the point where people feel like they got to clean up their lives to get around you. So I definitely sense there are energies of people right now getting rid of third parties and people that you know they know that you don't want to be around. So I feel like you have friends or people that you decided to walk away from because they were involved in situations or people or relationships that actually affected you negatively. And that's another thing too as well. You guys are my empaths, my healers, my energy sensitive people. So also when your friends or family members are involved in toxic things or toxic people, that also affects you. And you may have even told people that you love, hey, I love you, I support you, but if you're around this toxic relationship or person, I really can't be around you. So I definitely sense you got a few people that are actually cleaning up their lives, because they choose to stay away from you because they know that you'll sense off of them if they are doing toxic things, and because energetically you distance yourself from them. It may not even be something that you guys acknowledge. See how I'm stuttering today? But we're gonna go on with the reading. But I definitely sense that people want to talk to you, but like no words are coming out, or they get very nervous. And in the past, again, maybe you just kind of went along with what these people were doing because maybe you're on a different journey in life. But I feel like you've elevated so fast that you skipped several levels, and so people really gotta get their lives together to be around you. I definitely feel like you're on a new timeline, a higher level timeline than you even were a couple months ago. And I do sense that you were brought this awakening, but it was a choice that you made. So if you consciously chose to walk away from people, even people that you love that weren't necessarily bad towards you, but they were engaging in toxic behaviors that affected you, that is also self-love. And people realize that, if they want to have you around, they got to be engaging in things that you're going to be able to relate to, because you're definitely giving off this impression right now, or maybe even told certain people, like, I can't be around all this toxicity anymore. I feel like you guys maybe did make an announcement to certain people that you love and care about. My energy is no longer handling this situation, this job, these people. And so now people are realizing that they got to get their lives together, or you energetically will not be able to handle them either. We got the poet here. Relationships and vulnerability. Yeah. I feel like you guys are definitely opening yourself up to being vulnerable. And in the past, you probably had walls up where you weren't even living your authentic truth as much as you wanted to, because you feel like maybe you had to just be agreeable with the people and situations that were around you to not cause conflict. But again, I really don't feel like this new you was caused by conflict. It actually was caused by the fact that you probably did tell these people in the past, I don't really like what's going on here, but now you just chose to walk away and just not engage in the drama. There's a difference between being like, I don't want to be in drama, and saying it, versus physically just removing yourself from it. So again, I definitely sense there's people in situations that are now speechless because they don't even know how to approach you, because they don't want to come in as the drama. Yeah, we got the poet here. So I feel like a lot of you guys are getting in touch with your talents, your gifts. Some of you may find yourselves writing more. Some of you guys are artists or writing a book. But I definitely sense that you definitely kind of turned your energy inward and started focusing on creating instead of like what was going on around you, because I'm hearing that you are meant to create, not consume. So when you're around people, situations that are no longer in alignment with you, consuming that can really feel toxic, including certain forums that you used to be on, or certain websites you used to be on, or even social media, that some of you guys really stepped away from that to stop absorbing some toxicity or things that you really don't need. Even card reading can be very addicting sometimes, but I feel like you're on this new chapter right now where you're going inward and you're realizing no one can tell me my path. I got to figure it out for myself. And the way that I'm going to figure it out for myself is removing myself from the energy, the drama, the people that are confusing me. Because unfortunately, and I learned this myself, as much as I love people, a lot of people are in a very confused energy and they got to figure their own lives out. So when you are sharing time, space, and energy, or even trying to get advice from people that are confused in their own lives, and it tends to kind of confuse you more. And yeah, if you identify with being an empath or a healer or a light worker or a sensitive soul in any which way possible, you're going to realize that some people's confused energy is what's throwing you off. You actually are pretty focused. So I actually sense that you guys did take a break from a lot of people, even people that you loved, to evolve so that you can center yourself and actually figure out the next step. Because here's the tea, you're not meant to leave behind everybody. You're actually a leader. So certain people are going to rise up energetically and move towards you, because you may not realize this, but you guys are a light. And so a lot of people are following by your example, not necessarily even by listening to your words, but energetically changing alongside with you, because you have a lot of people in situations that are soul ties to you guys, especially family and friends and people that are always going to be in your life. But I do sense as well, cutting off the people that you knew weren't going to grow and change really did make a huge difference. And I feel like a lot of you went through a certain month or year or even a couple years where it was constant change. But again, I feel like it's not lonely at the top, it's lonely in between levels. So you're actually still in between level right now. I feel that a lot of you could feel like you're in limbo. And again, you could be missing people and situations from the past that you used to really connect to. You could even try to go back to old ways of being and realize this isn't for me anymore. And it could be pretty depressing and even lonely to kind of be like, okay, well, nothing is really exciting me anymore. That's because you guys are in an in-between stage. And that's why certain people aren't hitting you up or you're not doing the same things, because they even realized before you did that maybe you weren't enjoying the toxicity and the drama, or you just elevated away from it. But I just feel like there's always been a side of you that didn't really engage in BS, but maybe in the past you were a little bit more tolerant or went along with certain things, but you may have not realized this, but you definitely got more vocal about what you were willing and not willing to do in relationships, in friendships. And there is a new bar that you've set. Because maybe in the past you've always said you didn't like these things, but this new version of you is physically not able to handle these things anymore. So people are physically not able to handle your energy, because your energy is right now no BS, no drama. And I feel like this is a shift that is happening because you are going to be aligned on this new path. In the last reading I did, and I always feel like I'm telling stories about your lives here and things kind of connect. These are collective messages. But I was just talking about the fact that you're on this new level here, and a lot of divine intervention is taking place. So maybe right now you don't feel like you have a lot of control, or you feel like you can't manifest the way you want to, but you can take comfort in knowing that the path is actually paved already for you. You just got to stay focused, listen to your intuition, and you will know the next step. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys could be taking breaks, could be tired. I know I took a little bit of a break, spent time with some family, because being on a spiritual journey could be really tiresome, and we got to sometimes just connect with ourselves outside of this healer role that we play, because we're still human and we still have things that we want to do and enjoy. So if you guys have been taking time out to enjoy yourself, vacation, spend time with the people that you really do love, even if it's in small spurts, if you can't handle it right now, that could do wonders for you, because I am sensing that you could be going through a very uncomfortable shift, because unfortunately you elevated super fast past people that were really hanging on to your energy. So you're still feeling their anxiety, you're feeling their stress, and also your own anxiety about being on this new chapter. We got the Waker, awareness and reflection. Yeah, you guys are going through another awakening. And I know that at this point you guys get tired of hearing it, but you never really stop awakening to the new level of being. You never stop awakening to your purpose here on earth, because your purpose is constantly changing and evolving. I don't do personal readings anymore, but sometimes I do open it up on Patreon if you guys want to check that out. At times I do live readings, but one of the questions you guys always ask me is, Alice, like, what's my purpose here? And unfortunately, our purpose is something we got to decide for ourselves, like through our experiences. And I feel like the ways that God shows you your purpose is through sometimes the challenges that we go through. It's either sometimes we are part of that problem that we got to fix within ourselves, or sometimes it really is something going on in the world that God and our angels want us to acknowledge. There are reasons why I went on to certain paths, and I really feel like I've been on certain ways. You guys have been with me for a while, or some of you guys have. If not, if you're new here, welcome. But I'm very vocal about caring about certain topics and things. And part of it's because at a young age, I was always passionate about those things. But some other things I have awakened to, like certain things that I really care about, speaking out about, like sexism or racism and stuff that I've seen in my life that I couldn't believe. And even at times, it's not because I experienced it myself. It's because I've seen patterns in the way that other people were treated, or the way that other people have gone through things. And I feel like a lot of you guys have gone through numerous situations where not only was it painful for you, but you've witnessed other people in your life go through a lot. And you're wondering, like, is life just suffering? But actually, your angels want you to see a pattern so that you could be part of the reason to help that pattern, or help that person, or help yourself even. So I feel that you're going to actually have your life improve drastically. I do feel like some of the challenges that you guys have gone through in the past were to awaken you to your purpose. And I really feel like our purpose is not just one-dimensional. Like, we're at a time period where I'm not just going to say, oh, my name is Alice and I'm here to read cards. No, I feel like cards are just an aspect of what I came here to do. You guys will probably end up seeing me do different things. And even through the course of my career here on YouTube, you guys see me with different channels and teaching different things and evolving. And I really feel like the reason why I'm saying this is because your purpose may feel like it's one thing at one point, and it may totally shift to something else. It may even be called to new ways of doing things. And it doesn't mean the old version of you is bad, or the old version of you was wrong. It just means that that's where you were needed at that time, and now you're evolving to something new. Because doing and being the same way for years can be very tiresome. And if some people are completely happy doing that, I'm not here to knock certain people's past. But I feel like my light workers and my healers are kind of just the souls that are evolved super fast and are always on to the next. And people really will not understand that level of speed that you guys operate at, especially because a lot of people are just kind of stuck in the same place, and not necessarily because they want to be, it's because of the way that society has conditioned them to be. So I feel like you guys really had to challenge your beliefs and some of the conditioning that happened to you to get onto this new level. And I feel that it could be very uncomfortable, because if you're taught to act a certain way and realize that that's been toxic for so long, of course you're going to have anxiety and fears moving into that situation. And like I said, like I've always been on a path where I really cared about empowerment, specifically women empowerment as well. My Pick a Card channel was my first channel, and I had 90% women on there. But now I've evolved and I have a different channel here. And I actually have like a 30% male audience over here. So that's new. I have a lot of men over here. Welcome, guys. And I feel like I'm still really much into women empowerment. But as I got into relationships and listened to other sides of things, I also got very empathetic with the fact that light workers and healers in general just go through a lot. And we can't just generalize everyone bad, men bad, this is bad, religion bad, new age bad, whatever. You guys get what I'm talking about? So the reason why I keep going on and on about the changes that I've gone through is because I feel like you guys could operate at a really fast level, and at times it's like you're thinking one way and it gets you by, but now you're being called to a new way of thinking. For example, like the women empowerment journey really helps for when you are finding yourself, finding your career, and you gotta really identify BS when it comes to dating, and I'm sure there's a man equivalent for that too as well, right? And I feel that once you get to that healing spot, and it's time for you to be open to love, you tend to kind of let go of those walls a little bit and be like, okay, I know all the red flags, I'm ready to let someone in. And if we're just constantly operating out of our pain, we may kind of miss like what's for us. So the reason I say that is because I feel like, and I try not to be like this, but in certain communities, I feel like sometimes people do get stuck in their pain and that way of thinking instead of just using it as a tool to get them to that next level. And again, just because you change your way of thinking or you evolve to something new or different doesn't mean that you are dismissing everything that you have learned in the past. And I recently wanted to post more on this new channel because I feel called to do it, and I was doing the Pick a Card for like 6 years. For the first time ever, I've been taking a break off that, and it's not because I don't love those videos, I really do, but I just feel like I've evolved to kind of get onto a new way of being. And I really feel like the reason why I keep talking about myself is because you guys will find that relatable. You may have gone to school for something, or you may have learned something, been really passionate something, and then you meet someone or something that challenges that belief. And it's not for you guys to have this complete crisis. It's to realize that things don't always exist 100%, in that realm. And you're always going to be meeting new people in situations that are going to challenge your beliefs. And I feel like that's one of those things that a light worker and a healer, that was kind of maybe one of your flaws in the past, that you looked past certain red flags in people because you didn't want to generalize, but just come to realize that, yeah, red flags are definitely there for a reason, but it doesn't mean we get to generalize everybody. And I feel like the Waker card's coming in because I feel like a lot of us are going through similar types of awakening where we were really conditioned to kind of like learn our purpose really intensely, and kind of maybe got to a place where we were really hurt and angry about the fact that our life has been so miserable, right? But things are going to shift where things are going to really open up to you, and you're going to realize why you learned those things. And I really feel like, okay, for example, like some of you guys may grew up like in a really toxic church environment, and then you went over to, tarot cards or new age, stuff like that. And then you ended up seeing how toxic it was over there too. And then you're going to create a middle ground. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about here. Like learning that just because you learned one thing doesn't make the extreme true. And the reason why I keep talking about this is because there are people from your past right now kind of realizing that thing about you. Like you seem to be that person that always has that middle ground, that always wants to find peace. If you had friends or situations that didn't like the fact that you didn't agree with the things that they were doing and you decided to stay in your power, they're really missing that aspect of you because you really are that person that comes in and implements change. And I really feel like you try to stop certain people from going down a dark path. But what has happened is that they had to go down that path. They had to learn that lesson. And now they really wish they listened to your warnings. And I don't sense in your guys' energy that you're really realizing how many people have had these type of experiences. Because unfortunately, you leave people speechless to the point where they don't really want to come back saying, wow, you were right, or I'm sorry. So you got people just kind of wanting to clean up their life and maybe even bump into you because they feel like if they even approached you or said something to you, they wouldn't even know what to say because you got this BS detector that is just off the wall. Like I'm definitely sensing, especially for this reading today, where I just literally went off on all these different ideas and philosophies that you guys are definitely the type to learn and grow and evolve. So for whoever's watching, you could be in a very uncomfortable time period right now where you're just like learning something new about yourself, or learning that something you invested in maybe isn't for you. Maybe even learning that you were wrong about someone or something and you're changing and you're growing. And even you guys could be the one that someone has come in and warned you about something and you didn't want to listen, and then it ended up, happening. And I really feel like at the end of the day, even as light workers and healers, we're also students of life, and they're people that come in to teach us things, maybe not necessarily as our mentors, but as tough lessons, or even people that come in that can tell us something about ourselves. So I feel that there's some sort of awakening going on in your life where you guys may actually be pinpointing some of your toxic behaviors that you've never seen before. And it could also be because of the fact that you guys are now evolving to this new level where you're really ready to shine, to show people what you're made of, to show people what you're here to do. And yeah, I feel like you guys are, part of your purpose here is to teach people not to work in extremes, not to just follow one way of thinking or one group's way of thinking. So again, you guys are my people that maybe have found yourself different friend groups, dating different types of people, different work environments, and really enjoyed aspects of it, but then found out it wasn't for you. And it's not to say F those people that I have experienced in the past. It's actually to be like, wow, I learned and grew, but I know that I take that information and I'm gonna start my own thing. Like, I really feel like these are my leaders here that maybe you really do love religion, God, and spirituality, but still, this day and age, it's really hard for even me to find, you know, if I go to church, you know, I may love the God aspect or this or that, but I don't like how they could be hateful towards, you know, our lesbian or gay community. Like, I don't agree with that, and so on and so forth. Or, you know, even with the tarot card stuff, I feel like there's a lot of stuff here that's toxic that I always talk about, even as a tarot card reader. I was very open to a lot of my audience who's been here for a while that I don't fit in there, and I have spoke on things I didn't believe in that definitely was controversial, but I felt called to say it because I'm not here to appease the group. I'm here to learn truth. I'm actually a life path 7, so some of you guys may relate to that. But anyways, I'm Aquarius as well. But you're here to create your own path, your own way of being. So every time that you run into a group or people that tell you what you do, what you believe, or your way of thinking is wrong or bad, challenge their reason for thinking that. A lot of things right now in this world are pretty outdated, and I feel like we're trying to learn what's true and evolve it and take away what's developed that was toxic onto this planet. Wow, I'm really preaching today, guys. I told you I kind of took like I've been uploading this channel quite frequently, but I kind of took like a week break and woo, yeah. So like I said before, the waker, you guys are not only awakening, but you awaken people as you go through those motions. So I actually feel like every single time you guys may feel like you are having a moment where you're just like having a crisis or you feel called to speak, that you look crazy, but in reality, I feel like you guys are very called to awaken people at their toxic patterns. So people may even call you toxic because you have the tendency, again, to walk away, to call people out. And I feel like there's certain, again, ideas that people have that aren't necessarily the best to teach, especially for what I like to call my chosen ones or whatever you guys kind of, again, I'm very open-minded here, but I feel like chosen ones truly, when I learned what that was, I actually felt like if you felt you were called on a path that God has created for you, you really begin to learn that certain new age things to be very toxic. Like, one of the things I always talk about is the fact that, oh, you are what you attract, or you have to manifest everything. It kind of puts responsibility onto you when you actually have a purpose that's greater than you. So when you feel like you are forced to kind of pave your own path and get it right the whole time and not think negatively and this and that, it kind of it distracts you from what you came here to do. And I do believe in manifesting and this and that as well. But I'm just saying, I feel that there's so much victim blaming, and especially for my light workers being such narcissistic magnets. The one thing I hate is you attracted that because you are that, or you deserve that. But that mentality will leave you guys feeling like that person has power over you in a way where you need to change or there was something wrong with you. And most of the time, you guys were straight victims of people that saw your light or wanted your purpose. And I was just opening this new deck that somebody sent me, which I'm going to get information on that in my email. But I was just opening up and I got this download, and it's like, stop trying to build with people that want your position. You cannot build with people that want your position in life. And you guys, again, are so humble, and you've been so humbled by these low vibrational people that you didn't realize the people that were tearing you down and making you feel bad about yourself and draining you were people that wanted your position. And so if you only got to go at it alone in order to start this thing that you guys were called to do, so be it. I feel like you will know when someone is meant for your path. I definitely feel like if I kind of have someone new in my life, I began to really see the signs. And again, your signs are going to be very different than everybody else's. I feel like you guys will notice specific things that happen or certain things that you notice in certain individuals when maybe they're a little bit tad more opportunistic, and you really got to pay attention. So there's like certain people that I realize, okay, I love the way they're treating me, but I don't like the way I see them treating other people. And that's a red flag because that shows like fakeness in character. And there's a lot of things in my past I overlooked, but instead of beating myself up about it, I realized that when like people come into your life, when they are seeing what they can gain from you, they put on their best mask, their best self, because they know they can gain something from being around you. So you don't see all that fake stuff. Especially I'm somebody who, I'm not necessarily extroverted where I like to have big groups of friends. So I tend to kind of attract people or befriend people that have their own group of friends going on. So I remember like a certain friendship in my life, like she'd always come to me and tell me stories about certain people until I actually learned these people, and like I watched and I realized that she was being very toxic towards these individuals. And when a third party comes in and I can look at it objectively, over time I realized, wow, so some of our friendships with people, or even our relationships with people that we love or that we're dating, we don't see the full picture of them and how they are with other people. So that's why it's very important to pay attention and be like, okay, this person is bragging about, you know, how they lied to this individual or how they manipulated their mom or this or that. It's like, okay, well, what will stop them from doing that to me? And I think the reason why I'm talking about this is because there's definitely somebody from your past that you called them out on their manipulation, and you may have even told them like, yeah, I was peeping you for a long time, I just decided to say something now. And that really shook this person, because I feel like there's an individual who really thought that they got you on the hook, or that you didn't see their true nature. And I do feel like for a large percentage of you actually exposed this person's shadow side to themselves, because they're like realizing that they were doing all these toxic things and for a long period of time till you finally called them out on it. And yeah, I really feel like you guys are getting more used to just saying what it is to certain individuals, because you know your value. And again, as a light in this world, you're always going to be attracting people. So right now, if you're on a little bit of a quiet time period, appreciate that, because you guys all know what it's like when everybody is demanding your time, your energy, and your space, and you can't seem to catch a break. I feel like right now you guys are in a calm between like the next chapter of your life. Got the captain, taking command, and teamwork. Yeah, the reason why I'm saying all these things is because I really see, for whoever's watching, you're meant to build this new vision. You guys are my visionaries, right? So I do feel like there's going to be an element of teamwork coming in and networking and new people. But again, it's your vision, and just be wary of people that you actually feel like want to be you. Because I feel like the difference is between, sometimes it really is the people that really are so similar to you, and oh my gosh, I love that, and I want to do that too, but they're trying to do everything that you're doing, are the people you got to like watch out for. It's sometimes the people that are established in their own ways of being that you guys should partner up with, or have skill sets that maybe you guys are not the strongest in. Don't look for people that exactly 100% agree with you, because I feel like there's going to be teamwork energies coming into your life, but there's still a high level of people that are going to be opportunistic. I'm definitely sensing that whoever's watching, you're going to be entering a new realm, a new town, a new school, a new job, a new starting a new YouTube channel or TikTok or fame or fortune, something very new, and a blessing is coming in that you've been prepared for. And that's why you guys have been prepared in everything dark, and when it comes to dating or relationships and women and men, and again, learning. Like I always tell you guys, I'm still always going to be a huge feminist and women supporting women. But after I went through that chapter, I went through a whole chapter of the women and friends in my life screwing me over, and I saw how toxic they were towards some of the men in their lives. So I was able to see, okay, there's not one way of being. Like, there's always going to be toxic in the world, and we got to be able to acknowledge it. But it doesn't mean that everybody's like that. There's still great men in the world. There's still great women in the world, and I get the pleasure of knowing that because of the work I do here and you guys who I talk to. You may feel alone in your environment, but you're about to meet a lot more new people like you. But there's still a lot of people who want to be like you, and you guys got to know the difference between people like you and people who want to be you. And that is the skill that your angels want you guys to master as you went through relationship after relationship, betrayal after betrayal, fake friend after fake friend, fake boyfriend or girlfriend after girlfriend or boyfriend, and realize, okay, I can't just avoid all men, I can't just avoid all women, I can't just avoid a church, I can't just avoid going to work, I can't just avoid being on social media. There's going to be toxic people everywhere, and that's the thing. There's no 100% evil place, there's no 100% good place to be, there's no safe space to be. 100%. We always got to kind of be on our guard when you're on this path. But you are going to find people that are like-minded. And the thing that you guys are going to find that are in common about these new people in your life is morality. Like, these are the type of people that, you know, you may not see eye to eye, but you're not going to come into each other's throats at the end of it. Or they're not going to try to destroy your reputation if you decide to part ways in business. There are certain people in my life that we had a chapter together, and they helped my life, I helped their life. We're not as close anymore, but I wish them well. I see them doing well. They wish me well. I see them doing well. There's a lot of people where they can sense their time is running out with you, and they get desperate to try to drag you down. And don't be mad at these. No, I really don't be mad at yourself for allowing these people in your life. It's just that I feel like it really is a choice. Like, some of these tough experiences that we go through, they're meant for our path. So we can't really be mad at these individuals. We gotta let it go. But it is kind of our choice if we want to keep dealing with it. And at the same time, it's their choice when your chapter is ending with this person, how they want to go out. And there's certain things that don't need to get that ugly. So again, if you guys are really blaming yourself for ending relationships and situations because you don't resonate with those people anymore, don't feel guilty about it. If these people want to go and say and do bad things against you because you decide to move on with your life, that shows more about their character than anything else. Again, you guys are very divinely protected. You are spoken very highly about in many rooms. Even the people that have done you bad and dirty, many people call them out when they talk badly about you, because at the end of the day, they know for a fact, and everyone around them knows, that you gave these people breaks and chances and this and that. A lot of you guys are like, maybe you are an employer and you had to fire somebody, or you guys are in a relationship and you had to let someone go. You guys dated around, you had to eliminate some options. You guys could be on social media, you don't want to work with certain people. There's a long period of time, and I'm still like this, but I'm very much a lone wolf in what I do. And it's not because I want to be, it's because I learned to be. But it doesn't mean I'm not open to networking, and I'm always shouting people out. I'm always rooting for people, even if they didn't always root for me, or even if people wanted to stab me in the back, because other people's darkness is not going to change who I am. And again, I feel like you guys are relating to that. Other people's darkness is not going to change who you are. You never became a bad person because of what you learned. And that's why you guys are awakening to this new purpose. Because there are people that were meant on your path, or other people that could have been chosen for your path. But the reason why you guys are chosen for this new path is because you didn't stay stuck in the trauma and the situations that has happened to you. And you didn't get angry, resentful, or vengeful about these friends or these exes or these breakups. You realize that live and let live, let go, and keep it moving, take the lesson with you, and even sometimes value the darkness that the people have shown you, so that you can get that level of awareness and learn about that in the world, because that can actually level you up. When you realize your biggest opposition and enemies are actually leveling you up, you actually learn to love them a little bit. You learn to love them a little bit. And so I feel like you guys are going to be embarking on a new chapter where you're going to be the leader here. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be probably some people coming into your life that, and this has been a major theme. There's a lot of people that actually do take your command or lead by your example. A lot of people that are still very touched by the things you taught them. And at the end of the day, I feel like some of you guys are moving from that role where you were taking command or working for someone else to self-employment. Let's see what else we have going on here. Unseen potential, hesitation. Yeah, you guys know that you got potential for more than where you're at right now. Like, that's the biggest message I'm hearing. And the people around you knew it, that you walked away from. And people are pretty much speechless because they don't even know what to say to you anymore. And I feel like for those that have embarked on this new journey, or you're popping out with something new, it has left people speechless, because I do feel like there's a new side of you that is being more self-expressive and honest with certain individuals. And yeah, I do feel like you guys are on this new level of boundary where someone oversteps and you're like, yeah, that's not gonna fly here, because you've learned. We got the muse, generosity, and naivety. Yeah. I really feel like you are a lot of people's muses right now too. But I feel like you guys are coming out of a time period of naivety, and you're stepping into a new level of awareness. So you're not going to be making the same mistakes anymore. Even if some lessons may have felt like it took you a few goes around to get it. It's okay. We all learn at our own pace. You still learn way faster than most people. We got the vengeance, overcoming slight, and a choice. Yeah, I really feel like what I'm trying to say is that right now you got people speechless. Some people are speechless because they are working on themselves in order to want to be in your good graces and be around you and work with you. But there's also some people right here that want vengeance on you guys for calling them out because they can't grow and evolve. So I really feel like there's some people that are being silent because they're plotting, and there's certain people that are being silent because they are motivated to change. And I feel like you guys are going to easily feel the difference. But right now it could be a time period where you guys feel very unsettled because you burned a few bridges. You pissed a few people off, speaking your truth and shining your light. And, there was a time in my journey I was just like, why do I have so many people that just don't like me? I just want to do good. But I didn't realize, looking back at it, how opinionated I was, and how my truth can really expose other people's toxic ways of being. And if they were so confident in who they were and what they were teaching, what they were doing, and how they were being, they wouldn't be so affected by my opinion. I really feel like you guys have the tendency to trigger people that have things going that they know aren't right anymore, or doing things they know aren't right. So you do trigger people even with your silence, with your walking away, with you're like that. You could be that ex that never, that actually, yeah, I really feel like my people out there watching, whether you date men, women, doesn't matter what you like. I don't care. But what I'm trying to say is you could date whoever, whatever, but be the fat person's first person in their life to ever call them out. And you may not realize that you're brought into certain people's lives because of their toxicity. It's not, why do I always attract toxic people? It's, God brings me toxic people so I can humble their asses. You guys are in a new way. You're in a new way of being. You're in a new state of power and potential. Not, why am I placed in this toxic environment? I know why God put me in this toxic environment, because these people need to learn something. They need to change. They need a leader. They need to be humbled, whatever, right? And not to be narcissistic about it, because you guys are not, but you're actually learning that you're not attracting these things because you are anything of deserving of bad or negativity. You're actually attracting these things because your power and your potential to implement change in either that environment or in your own life, or something you're going to take with you to the next chapter. And again, it's really going to be specific to your path. I cannot tell you what you're here to do, but one thing is for sure, pay attention to those triggers, those people, those situations, those recurring themes, person after person, those experiences. There's a reason why you even trigger that person in that way. Like, there was a time in my dating where I realized, is it all men, or is it something that I trigger within the people that I date or the people that I'm friends with, like so on and so forth. Or there's certain things that you guys will realize that whatever line of work that you're in, because again, I'm talking about my own experiences, but you guys apply your truth, the things that you've experienced, the effed up things that you guys have seen. And you know, again, our purpose is always evolving and changing. And again, you guys have many talents, gifts, and skills that are still awakening. So one day you may be doing this, you may be called to do something else. And the whole idea is to go with the flow and not fight the changes that are happening within you, as difficult as they are. There are people right now that are trying to plot their way either in revenge or back in your life. So be wary of that, guys. Obviously, the no weapons against you all are prosper. But it's not going to stop you guys from feeling a little off or evil eye or having some nightmares about certain individuals that are hating on you hard, because your energy itself has humbled a lot of individuals. And yeah, you're operating from a place of power. I know, like, it's really difficult when you are like a chosen one, not really realizing what that is and why everyone's gunning for your throat and why you're attracting this and why everything starts out good and this person turns, I used to call it dark mode on you. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Until I realized, oh, this is something that a lot of people were experiencing. And it's not just something that you're going to relate to a lot of people about unless you find your people, because there are a lot of people that they're going to be like, when I tell them a story about something effed up I've been through, oh wow, why do you have a tendency to attract people like that? Maybe you should make better choices. Maybe you should not be around this. Maybe you should hang around that. And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But in reality, I took that lesson and I thrived from the pain that it caused me. And a lot of people are not able to do that. And so don't take the things that people are saying to you as a personal attack. Sometimes people just really don't understand your path, because it's not for the weak. It's really not for the weak, guys. Okay, so like, again, I'm just relating to you guys because I know that, like, through my whole journey, it was like I had to go through it and figure out for myself what the heck was going on. And I'm the type of person that I actually never like to kind of play victim or be like, oh, it's just because, you know, I'm have a special path that people hate me. You know, it was like, what am I doing wrong? What can I fix about myself? Like, why is this happening? Like, why does these people not like me? And it's like learning that sometimes you really aren't the problem. You really didn't need to grow or change, or there's nothing about you that needed fixing. It was that these people were the ones with the sickness and they were very triggered by you. So the fact that you guys were able to do self-development on top of the fact that it really wasn't your fault makes you almost superhuman, because it's like you actually take the criticisms that these people who had no place at all to say to you, and you apply them to your life and became better. And not only that, through that, you learn that you didn't really even have an issue at all, but you still evolved yourself. And that's why sometimes these things happen, so that you realize that no one can actually take you out of your power. You've already been in it for a long time, but certain people took your sensitivity or took your love for self-development and weaponized that against you and try to tell you that you need to fix or change things. Maybe a lot of you guys look for someone that you can grow from or learn from, or date people that could be in a better place in life than you, you know, so on and so forth. Or you wanted to learn from somebody or work for somebody, you realized that you were meant to be the boss. The brawler, lack of empathy and confrontation. The one thing that really sets apart these people that were toxic is the lack of empathy they always had for you. I feel like that's something you guys should always keep in mind moving forward, because I really feel like at the end of the day, I can disagree with people. I can have a little bit of an attitude or anger problem, whatever, but when somebody is really down and out, I'll always have empathy for them and try to help them. But there's certain people that really try to attack you and bring you down while you're at your lowest. And I really feel like those are the people that you should watch out for, the ones that truly lack empathy for your situation. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now, there's a lot of people that want to be a part of your life, but there's also a lot of people that really are mad that they feel like you got one over on them just because your power outmatched theirs. Your power is stronger than theirs. It's crazy. Like, people can sense that you're more powerful than them, and that's why they don't like you, because they can't control you, they can't manipulate you. And even they have the tendency to want to bend to your will. And they've never felt themselves like this. They're obsessed with you guys. People are obsessed with you guys, and it's not a compliment. You guys have released the need for validation. You realize this people's obsession with you causes you anxiety and sleepless nights, cord cut, cleanse and keep it moving, guys. I like to light black candles, absorb that negative energy, and prayer. That's all I gotta say. Strengthen your relationship with God and keep cutting cords away from anyone that doesn't serve you, because let me tell you right now, you got people triggered right now, speechless, because they don't know how to come back. They don't know how to fight you. It's like, you know, like the people joke around about like when they get into a fight with someone and they keep repeating, oh, I should have said this to them, I should have that to them. You got a lot of people that are like replaying like certain events with you, wishing they could tell you off, wishing they can, you know, put you down, wishing they could one up you or hurt you, but in reality you're miles away from those people. So you got people reliving the fact that you KO'd them just energetically, pushed them out of your life, and they got no access to you. Again, they see that as a hurt to their ego because you call them out on their crap. Loyalty, change, and promises. The unknown journey. Yeah, I feel like right now you guys are embarking on an unknown journey, and it's like only you are going to be able to unravel that next step. No one else is going to have the answers for you. So just keep moving and follow your passions, and the next step will always come. And if you're at a time period where you don't know, just rest and inspiration will come to you. Start doing things that really light you up again, because you're really coming out of a time period that you are battling a lot of energies and you're still dealing with the recovery of that, especially with those that know you got out of a toxic job, relationship, narcissistic connections. They take a while to recover. We always expect to feel really good right after that, but unfortunately, these people's energies are strong and they're sometimes sent to destroy us, even though they can't. The only way that they could is if we let them stop us from what we came here to do. The Hound, loyalty, change, and promises. Yeah, I feel like you guys are very loyal to your path, and the changes that you guys have been making on yourself are really going to be evident, and people are already seeing it, even if you haven't seen it within yourself. Attention to detail and pride. People are paying attention to the details that you guys don't even realize of how much you've changed. And you got people that really are watching you guys, trying to figure out your every move. Story, viewpoints, control. Again, don't worry about people that are going to like try to tell stories about you or whatever, because you guys are creating your own story. And it's like these people are part of a irrelevant chapter in a book that will never be picked up again. It's kind of like they could tell stories all they want, but that story that they're telling about you is going to collect dust on a shelf while you guys are rewriting a novel of your life that's going to be timeless. I feel like you guys are here to implement timeless change, and the petty things that seem like a big deal right now are not going to affect you in the future. Yeah, explanations and apologies. I feel like there's going to be some people explaining their behavior and wanting to come back in your path, but I really feel like you got the gift of discernment, so you guys choose wisely who you want in your life. Certain people are flaky and inconsistent with you because they know the way that they are won't fly and they're working on themselves, but certain people are just shady for a reason, and you guys need to really be able to listen to your intuition because looks could be deceiving. Some people really kiss your ass and want to stab you in the back. Certain people are critical of you but love you to death. You know, it's not always black and white here. We got the Pilgrim here, opportunities and growth. Yeah, I really feel like you guys are taking the opportunities for growth right now, and yeah, I really feel like you're releasing any pattern in yourself that was stubborn or stagnant. Balance, invention, and destruction. You really did destroy the old version of you guys, and that's why people don't know how to approach you anymore. Hiding your true self and projection. And then we have the King, control, reverse of fortune. Yeah, I feel like you guys are coming out of time period with an individual that was really like not being real with you guys, and you're really recovering from that. The fact that, you know, people can really have these masks on and you guys lead with like truth and integrity. Like your guys' masks is more about hiding your sensitivity from the world, while other people's masks are just pretending to be a sensitive, kind person when they aren't. It's almost like the opposite, right? I feel like a lot of my light workers and my healers, you guys get dogged on for maybe being standoffish or rude or cold or whatever, but in reality, you got the biggest hearts that you're trying to protect. That's why I always say watch out for people that want to be your friend so badly or love bomb you so quickly and force their way into your life, because they see your light before you do. Got a King of Wands here. I really feel like someone from your past you guys may want nothing to do with is really actually trying to plot a comeback, but it's like for revenge. So just watch out for that, guys. Again, I know that we want nothing to do with this, but you could be feeling a lot of things because, again, you could be moving past somebody, but someone could really be going through it because they realize that you're not going back to old ways anymore. And for some of you guys, these are individuals that you've influenced to get out of toxic situations that have exes or flings around them that are directing their anger towards you, because you are that catapult in a lot of people's lives that cause them to walk away from bad people and situations, especially if you're online, especially if you're a motivational speaker. But even if you've influenced their friends or relationships to get out of, you influence people to stay away from bad people in your life, or you were right about somebody, like that definitely makes you guys a target for these toxic people that don't have access to the people that want to be in their life. Does that make sense? Like you guys have actually had the power to remove people from toxic situations that have nothing to do with you. So people that you barely even know hate you now. So there could be someone here that's making positive changes because of you, and someone in their life hates you for it because they don't have access to that person like they used to. So that you guys may have a target on your back from people that you may not even realize. But again, this is kind of the journey that why you're here. And the biggest thing my light workers and my healers need to learn is that some of the feelings that you're feeling are not yours, and just keep it moving, because when you feel all this crazy energy, it's because you're creating tower after tower, and not only the people's lives that you guys have told off, but also the people you've encouraged to stay in their power and remove it, because people kept pinpointed you to be that person that has influenced someone to change. Like, oh, I had so-and-so, the way I wanted them, until this person came in and really told them the truth about me. Like, you guys expose people, you influence people to get out of bad situations. I feel like that's really part of your journey here. And yeah, that doesn't make you everyone's best friend. You can really even destroy toxic groups and organizations with this mentality, because you're in here questioning things and people are like, whoa, like I never thought about that. So keep up the good work, causing judgment and tower moments onto people's lives. People don't want to let go, of their way of being, and boom, you kind of come in, and there's definitely people watching you sad that, you are changing and evolving, and they can't keep up with you. Okay, so we got the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, and then we have the Chariot. Yeah, right now you guys need to keep focused on keep moving forward and not looking back. I keep getting that message, but if someone's meant to be on your path, you're gonna know. But there is an individual right now, I want to say, that is removing someone from their life because of you, because you are not flying with the toxicity and drama that person has brought to your life or their life energetically. And it could also be someone that just cares about you, that really looks up to you and wants to be like you, and they're removing an individual because they realize that that person is stopping them from manifesting the success that they want. Yeah, keep fighting, guys. You're doing a really good job. I really see you guys are in your Emperor and Empress coming up energy. Some of you guys are in a relationship or are going to be in a relationship where this person wants to remove toxic people and situations from their life so that they can be with you. Like, it's that extreme, guys. So again, there could be third parties that are coming for your neck, guys, and you don't even realize it. So that's why energetically you could be feeling it, but it isn't even your energy. And again, you're releasing a lot right now, so keep up the good work. I really feel like focusing on anything that you guys can stay busy and enjoying is going to be the best thing for you guys, especially if you're in hermit mode or this new idea that you guys may be implementing in your life. I see a new job here as well, but something divinely orchestrated is coming into your work life, either an idea or a job or an opportunity, or something that you guys really want to get started on. You're about to get the motivation to do that now. But I do want to say that you guys are going through your own tower, but you've also caused towers in many people's lives, and you're feeling it right now, and that's the power that you hold. So don't think you're not capable of conquering and completing whatever mission you feel called to. If anything, you guys are way ahead of the game. If you found this video here today, it's actually a sign that you're actually way ahead of some of your soul family, and you're just kind of waiting for some people to catch up to you. So again, there's some people from the past that want to catch up to you to pull you back down, and there's certain people that actually are energetically destined to kind of get on your level. So just stay tuned. You guys kind of know what it is. There's things that are actually aligned for you, but everyone's got to kind of be ready for it. So don't worry about manifesting and stressing. Just enjoy your life, be you, and stay away from things that drag you down and drain you, because you're really in this new version of yourself. We got the 6 of Cups here and the 2 of Wands. Yeah, I really feel like you guys are really going to see your seeds start to plan and to grow. And I see with the 2 of Wands here, 7 of Cups. Yeah, I really see your dreams are starting to manifest. You're going to see your dreams start to come true. So get excited, guys. I thought I was going to come here and do a quickie right now, but actually this ended up being pretty long. But I hope you guys got the message here. The main message is that you got people speechless because they don't know what to say to you anymore. The drama's not going to fly. They can't get your attention in the low vibrational ways they used to. Some people just got to accept that you're on this new chapter, and there's certain people that are actually trying to get it together and awakening right now, which is triggering certain other people in their life to not like you. So again, don't engage in drama. There's going to be certain people that are trying to stalk you to cause drama or get you to fight with them. There's going to be certain individuals that, again, you won't even realize that they're focused on you. But I do see some changes happening in some lives of people that really love and adore you. So keep up the good work. This is your sign that you are making a big difference. And again, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Queen Alice Love. You can subscribe if you resonate with this video. And I also do want to let you guys know I am on Patreon. So if you like these encouraging type of messages, that I tend to really like to put a lot of information for you guys to also learn through these videos too as well. If you're into it, check it out. And I still do pick a card readings, but I'm definitely slowing down the main channel, but I still upload them on my Patreon. So again, love you guys. Bye.